Live from Austin, Texas, and ready to start randomly pushing buttons, it's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Oh, hello, Danny.
So have you been practicing? You ready to start pushing buttons completely at random?
I am extremely good at random button pushing. It's just, I'm always pushing your buttons.
You have plenty of experience, yes you do. Waka waka waka.
We're a comedy troupe here.
Speaking of comedy troupes, that's an excellent segue. We're about to play a game that was developed by Sega in a co-production with a Japanese comedy troupe.
Ooh.
Yep, we got, it's the Sega CD kind of day. That's how it shook out. If you want to see the poll results, here they are. There.
There.
That's them.
That's them. That's the poll.
Now, if you've been a part of our Patreon for the last several months, I've been trying to secretly campaign for something called Game no Kanzume for Sega CD.
You have.
I've put it in a few polls, it's gotten close, still never quite made it. And then while making this week's poll, I decided to sneak it in again, as I do. And I was like, what other games do I want to maybe play? Gale Racer? Gamera 2000? And then I decided, oh my god, that's our theme, the letter G. It's brilliant.
Oh my god.
So I asked our patrons to pick both a lead-off game and a platform for this week, and out on top, in a decisive win, not a tie for once, it's Game no Kanzume. Then something happened on Monday. Monday, we decided, you know what, we gotta replace a microwave since it blew up. So no stream on Monday.
Danny.
Just giving you some insight into our personal life here.
It did not technically blow up, just for those concerned about what's been going on. It's fine.
It died a quiet death.
It died of natural causes.
But it needed to be addressed immediately, so we skipped our Monday stream.
Yeah.
And to tide everyone over, I was all like, guess what? On Wednesday, we're playing Game no Kanzume and a game called Panic. See you then. And it turns out, people way more excited for Panic than I was expecting. Everyone was all like, oh my god, Panic, finally, we're gonna do it. So, instead of Panic just being like a sideshow or whatever, I decided to make it tonight's main event. Switching things up, giving the people what they want. Now, what is Panic? This is Panic.
That's Panic.
It was released for the Sega CD here in North America in 1994, in Japan in 1993, where it was known as Switch. This is a game that Sega, specifically their Hitmaker division, teamed up with a Japanese comedy troupe to make an adventure game. They also had the involvement of a famous film composer and artist and animator, who we'll get to as we explore this game.
Mm-hmm.
Let me emphasize something straight up. See that rating down there? That's T for teen. That means it's appropriate for teenagers and, most importantly, a Twitch audience. Now, this game has some bawdy humor in it, some that may be a little bit objectionable, but anytime that crops up, I just want you to think, T for teen. T for teen. This passed the ESRB rating submission board and made it onto the store shelves in North America somehow. So with that said...
Oh, okay, so here's the thing. I have never played Panic, which is wild because this game seems like it's right up my alley.
It does, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the controls over to Alex, and he's going to get his first hands-on experience with Panic. I want to try and wrap this up nicely. We probably won't finish the game, at least during Alex's playthrough, but if we have some time left over at the end, I want to attempt a speed run, since I saw one last night and I want to duplicate it. And I figure a few hours is more than enough to prepare a speed run, right? That always works out so well.
It really does. 1 second, the cord's tangled up here, and I don't want to run over it. There we go. I'm trying to not run over 2 cords here, and I've somehow run over 3. 1 second.
All right, we're forming our own Japanese comedy troupe right here.
This is actually pretty funny.
I set up things nicely. I made sure everything was not knotted, and then Alex just ran over everything.
I sure did. 1 second. Holy shit, how did this happen?
I'm looking at a maze of chords that somehow...
We're the Odd Couple, baby. They need to do the Odd Couple, but they're a streaming team.
Just play the fucking video game, Oscar.
Okay.
So Panic. Who's heard of this game? Who's familiar? Odds are not many of you, because Sega CD in '94 was not looking great. And in fact, Sega started to localize this and then quit.
say?
And they had to finish up their localization with help from Data East USA. So a real dream team here. Data East teaming up with Sega and God knows whoever else.
Danny, you're Sukomi and I'm Boke.
That's exactly what we are.
I love this already.
Mm-hmm. I hate when my car beats me up.
What is this 70s experimental animation shit?
It's a game made for you, Alex.
Oh, crap!
Did you even know that robot was carrying a guitar? He is.
Oh my god.
It's an American guitar.
Hell yeah. God bless America.
No, you're not going insane. The game really sounds like this.
So this game almost got an MA-17.
It did when Sega rated it, and then the ESRB saw it and they were like, no, it's fine.
Which is kind of weird. Sorry, just this animation is just my shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, everything threw up. Now quickly turn down the volume. This game does not have very good balance. Alright, so what the hell was that we just saw? Well, that was the result of a worldwide computer malfunction that makes things like that happen.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a central computer network server, we know it as Amazon Cloud Services.
I was gonna call it the Matrix, but I guess Amazon Cloud is more, yeah. I love Videodrome.
And that's what started happening. All of our appliances and electronics started vomiting. And also killing us. That's kind of a problem.
This is what's wrong with the Internet of Things.
And that's the story. Now, it doesn't tell you this, but you control a little boy by the name of Slap and his dog Stick. So that should tell you just, why are you doing this?
I was just saying, so should I return to title?
Yes.
I just went to options and just wanted to see the options, and there were no options.
No, there's only options to delete my save data. It's like you're drawn to it. Alright, choose number 2, if you would. I was practicing my speedrun last night. Turns out pretty easy to do. Alright, so this is you. You are Slap, playing on your Mega CD, and then one day you get sucked into the TV.
Uh-huh. Alright,
Okay,
so...
now you can turn up the volume a little bit. That should do it. Alright, what'll it be? Good choice. And you've just experienced 100% of the gameplay in this game. All you do is push buttons.
Nice.
Yeah, this is less of a game and more of a multimedia experience.
Nice!
Kinda suited to the Sega CD hardware, because back then it was basically just a Genesis with a CD grafted on. You could play some FMV, you could play CD audio, but what this game does is you push a button, and it loads a short animation into the Sega Genesis memory, and then it plays it. Simple.
Cool.
Easy. Also, most of the sound effects are a cappella. There's
That's
a reason
good.
for that. We'll get into that. There's a lot to be said about this game, but yeah, from what you can see, just push buttons. Some take you to different places. Some kill you. That's fine. Oh. Crushed by the rush hour crowd. Alex, you should be proud. You've already mastered this game.
I am pretty good at it, yeah.
The three buttons all do the same thing on the Genesis pad. This game's also compatible with the Mega Mouse.
Mega Mouse, huh?
Yep. They released a mouse for the Sega Genesis, compatible with like a dozen games, and this is one of them. Oh man, act fast. Huh? Uh-oh.
Well, shit.
Like the spooky music.
I'm going up. I decided to leave. Fuck it.
Alright, welcome to the film camera. Start pushing buttons.
Obviously, that's the most tempting button, but I refuse. I bet
It could be a trick.
Button.
Oh my god. It was secretly one of those big dogs.
Oh, those weird robot dogs!
Those things that are gonna come and kill us one day.
Have you seen the one that slipped on the banana peels? That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's going directly in their memory banks. They're gonna remember that as they exterminate the human race.
Wow, I'm doing really good.
You are, actually.
What if I beat the game?
What if? You might. I mean, I never have.
I like this bomb. This bomb looks cool.
Alright, green bomb.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Now, a lot of the jokes in the game are like that. They're just so stupid that you have to laugh. Like, seeing this presented as traditional comedy would be pretty idiotic, but seeing it in the context of a video game is actually pretty interesting. It elevates it beyond what it would be, I think.
Have you, I don't know if you saw it, pardon me, but, the animator who animated these sequences, they're bread and butter. They did a TV series for a while where they kind of animated... Ah! Oh shit,
This blender's
screwed.
ruining everything. Alright, so like Alex was saying, and like I was saying before, this game is an all-star cast of people across all sorts of different mediums. They had film people, they had audio designers, like actual people from outside the games industry.
Get me off this thing! I don't want to preserve my girlish figure!
And that's the result. So who Alex was talking about is a fellow by the name of Renzo Kinoshita, who ended up doing a lot of psychedelic animations in Japan in the 60s and 70s. They tapped him to draw and animate this entire game. And looking at his other stuff, who friend of the show Ray Barnholt linked to earlier.
Yes, and
yeah,
we will be showing an intermission.
You can very much see the resemblance. I don't know if I've ever seen this scene. You're going to unexplored territory here. And now you're going somewhere else.
I'm the weird animation whisperer.
So in terms of content, this game is basically a series of paths from one level to the end. There is an end point. There are also death points, so you can warp to some areas and just die if you're really unlucky. But the bulk of the game is all these different gags that you see when you push the wrong button. There's several hundred of these, possibly more than 1,000. There are many buttons in this game, and they all have unique jokes to them.
I'm gonna touch the nose.
Yeah, give him a boop. Boop that Frankenstein.
Yeah, if you like this kind of jokey animation style, I do recommend, I'll link to it. Ray Barnholt has a playlist of Renzo's animation. But there's a lot of other animators who did kind of... In the 60s and 70s, there was a lot of kind of short gag animation like this. Somebody who I'm thinking of, whose name eludes me right now, but there was a Cuban animator who did a lot of stuff kind of like this, except a lot racier and hornier.
I see.
Because it was the 70s.
Well, this does get a little racy. I guess that just kind of goes part and parcel with the whole thing. If you're making gag stuff, it's going to get a little bit lewd. It's just how it goes.
Let's check the side of his mouth.
You're on the speedrun path right now, by the way.
How?
And though this game has several dozens of hours of content you can explore, The speedrun for this is just over 4 minutes. It is 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
I'm not playing this, by the way, so doing this automatically. Slap just seems mad at me.
He always seems befuddled. Always kind of put upon.
Yes, he worked at Mushi Pro as well, and he actually ended up founding his own animation team with his wife, a lot like John and Faith Hubley did.
Oh, crushed by Tetris. Yeah, there's a lot of good gags in here that are specifically video game themed. Alright, you're still on the speedrun path.
How?
Oh no, wait, this is different.
Oh, sorry.
Alex isn't going to be secretly, accidentally speedrunning this. It's the sound effects that are the best part.
Get owned.
That was my house! Alright, so to get into this game's development, first of all, here's a little interstitial. What you gotta say, game?
Ah, that's funny! I always thought there was a light at the end of the tunnel! Oh well, I guess not!
Sega officially denies the existence of God in a Sega CD game. Hot scoop. Boy, I want to talk about this game, but it doesn't really give me a lot of room to...
Talk, because...
Everything is always barfing on me. Alright, so as I mentioned before, co-production between Sega Hitmaker and a theater troupe called Wahaha Hompo, who was mainly known for their comedy acts. I think they were kind of like an upright citizens brigade of Japan. Oh, this scene's good. This game was directed by Tomohiro Kondo, who previously directed Radmobile, a Sega arcade game. And in the years after this... Oh, it's beautiful.
That's... You can do that in Second Life if you want, if you set your house to, like, 0% transparency. 100% transparency. I should do that.
Cool Second Life tricks. And obscure Sega CD games. The Retro Pals promise. Alright, so Kondo, that guy I was talking about, in addition to directing Radmobile, after this... he directed Panzer Dragoon Zwei for Sega Saturn, which is a pretty famous game. And he also directed another game that we've played through on stream before, the Sega Saturn version of The Mansion of Hidden Souls.
That's one of my favorite games!
Mm-hmm. So, whoa.
I love Echo.
System Sacom strikes again.
That's me!
Oh, he got so happy!
That's my face! That's my face when I see something cool. This is just a Second Life simulator at this part. Oh, there I go.
I once said I'd give an arm and a leg to live in Hawaii. They let me keep the leg, so I could wear this cool dress. Aloha.
Why would they choose this game to bring over?
See, that's the thing. Also like Mansion of Hidden Souls, the Sega CD one, developed by Sega, but ultimately published over here by Vic Tokai, because Sega got cold feet on releasing it here.
Ugh, I'm back here.
By 93 or 94, Sega CD wasn't really doing too well, and Sega had a bunch of half-finished projects, including this and Mansion of Hidden Souls. And I guess what they did is they just approached their licensees, like Data East and Vic Tokai, and they were all like, hey, you want to publish this stuff? You can finish it up, and in turn you'll get a cut of the profits. I don't know. It seems like a shame to let these games lie untranslated. And that's what happened.
Get me off this thing!
Not again.
I don't want to preserve my girlish figure!
What did you push last time? Push it again. It's also possible to get in a loop in this game.
I'm trying to remember. I think this is the one that gets me out.
Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, quite an interesting time in Sega history where they had these amazingly inventive games, but no desire to release them over here. First of all, because it cost a lot of money to translate and localize. Second of all, because these games were just plain weird. They weren't sure if they would resonate with an American audience. Like this. How do you market this?
With a horrible ad with milk shooting out of someone's nose.
That is what they did. Yeah, there was an ad that said "Got Panic" in a parody of the Got Milk ad campaign. And that was how they promoted it. I think they sold 3, maybe 4 copies. Oh, you're beautiful. Citation needed on that last part, by the way. But suffice to say, I couldn't imagine this being too popular, especially in '94. People were gearing up for the PlayStation and Saturn, and Sega all of a sudden had this non-game that they expected you to appreciate.
The fuck am I supposed to... Okay.
And the thing is, not many people appreciated this. GamePro gave it a 1 in fun factor. One of only 12 games to ever get that distinction in GamePro over all the years they were reviewing games. But look at this, it's art. Do not cast your pearls before GamePro, is what I'm saying. I guess in a traditional sense, yeah, there's no gameplay. You don't actually do anything. Picture me doing finger quotes through all that. But can you really quantify this kind of experience? Can you? Can you really? I don't think GamePro was able to appreciate this game. Let's put it that way.
I don't think a lot of people were.
Alright, so other fun facts. You ready for another fun fact?
Yes, give me some fun facts.
This game is composed by film composer Kei Tani, who did a whole bunch of famous film work in Japan, and also had an odd career as like this novelty pop musician who would occasionally release these singles that would get a lot of attention on the radio. Specifically, he coined the nonsense phrase gachon, which you hear in this game a lot, and tends to appear in random works of Japanese pop culture.
Yeah, actually.
He later did a song for Beatmania Gotta Mix called Nana Hana Gachon, or something like that, which prominently features that phrase. And yeah, I had played that Beatmania Gotta Mix song, and when I found out the link, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Can look at a lot of light bulbs.
We're seeing art right now.
This is art. I won't lie. Oh, Electric Boogaloo mentions there is a PS2 version of Panic in Japan.
There is, yeah. Eventually they remade it. This was a Mega CD exclusive for a while, and then it got a PS2 release. Never actually played that one, so I don't know if they updated it at all or anything. They had to have redrawn the graphics, right? Like, this is obviously done within the Sega CD's color limitations, and it looks really good for a Sega CD game. There's no full motion video or compressed artifacting.
Yeah, it's just kind of...
Just beautiful rainbows.
Just beautiful rainbows.
Alright, pick a good one. Alright, so Burton Radon's likens this game to stuff like Botanicula. Is that how you say that? Botanicula. Oh, it's Christmas!
There's Santa.
And yeah, in the modern era, there are more games like this where you're just expected to experiment with what you're given and try and suss things out like that. But putting out this game.
This
Cool
game
dragon.
is good now. This game is true art, and I'm gonna fight GamePro.
Yeah. But putting this out in '94 is like asking GamePro to appreciate the gaming indie scene of 2018. It just wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I think I already pressed that button before. Sorry. I've completely forgotten which buttons I pressed.
Go for the bottom 4.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Beautiful flowers.
Yeah, Neon Dragon Baby. What other games got that? No game.
Mm-hmm.
And right now the game's being delightful, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can get pretty gross. We already saw a lot of things vomiting.
Oh, there I go. Whew.
And some scenes like that are kind of a problem because they give you like a dozen different switches to push.
Well, I'm in space now.
Hey, welcome.
That seems like a bad choice. I'll go with this one.
Well, you can't really tell what the buttons say. The game has a habit of lying to you. Since, you know, there are no stakes, there's no real need to really think about this too much.
Cool.
Alright, one of the buttons has Mickey Mouse on it.
I
There's
don't
a
think
ghost.
that's Mickey. That's like a fucked up Mickey. That's
Yeah, this
Ricky Rouse.
Mickey's fucked up cousin, yeah.
That's like Dickie Louse.
Dickie Louse.
I'm gonna click on Dickie Louse.
Alright, see what he does. What you got for us, Dickie? I'm afraid.
I see you're just a chip off the old block. Or should I say, chopping block, huh?
Am I gonna die?
I think you are. There is this vaguely unsettling undertone throughout the game. Like, occasionally
just
things
make
get
me
pretty
nervous.
dark. You do end up dying a lot, I guess. Oh, wow.
Did that die?
That looks pretty definitive, yeah.
No,
Don't worry
I'm still
about it.
here. Okay. Let's go to the sun.
Apricot Ghost says, I think we're all going to die. Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting from this game.
Got smashed again.
This game reminds us of the grim specter of death, but it's also delightful. That's the Sega CD in a nutshell.
Angel, please help me.
Nope,
No.
squished. And a lot of the gags in this game are similar, but it actually works out because it ends up putting like variations on a theme and making running gags and stuff like that.
I'm out! I'm out!
Be careful here, Alex.
Okay, so this sucks.
This looks a little bit dangerous. Make sure you push the right button.
I like the bathtub. Please be okay.
Well, let's find out. Yay!
Yay! Sucks.
It's so weird how you can go from neon dragons to like atomic bomb testing.
Well, Renzo actually... Uh-oh.
Oh boy, you better think quick. So I guess the animator did a lot of work in the same vein.
Yeah, they actually did a serious animated piece about Hiroshima, complete with like a animated retelling of how the bomb went off. And...
Skydiving without a parachute. Somehow, I knew you'd fall for that one.
Thanks, Satan. So yeah, it covers familiar ground both from
Oh God!
both from the comedy troupe that they contracted, as well as the animator, as well as the sound designer. I'm pretty sure they all had input in this game. That's not gonna...
Oh yeah, this background is killing the stream, by the way.
Oh, nice. You better get out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Go ah! Hey, good job.
Hey.
You saved the stream. Our bitrate has been saved. This looks promising. Okay.
I'm gonna use this hashtag here. Hashtag branding.
Oh, it just loops you into an infinite Twitter argument.
Everyone's got their problems. Cleopatra wasn't the only queen of the Nile.
That's true.
I wonder how some of these jokes translated into Japanese.
Oh, look, this is an at symbol.
Oh yeah. Go the
Let's
Twitter route.
at Cleopatra.
Oh, crop circled.
Oh, I got ratioed. All right. Let's try this bunch of grapes.
Sounds good. Sounds logical. Oh, you did it. So yeah, a lot of the game didn't need translating. A lot of it is universal, nonverbal humor, which I appreciate. But there are parts where there's these little spoken word sequences. I guess they're originally jokes in Japanese that they just kind of translated.
Danny, what the fuck do I do?
I don't know. Push something. I've never seen this scene. This is bizarre. I think you found the gameplay. Alex, I've been playing this game for decades and I've never found any gameplay. Have fun. Oh, are only some of them real? Okay, you gotta find the real ones. Alright, you're working your way backwards. Now you're working your way forwards.
Okay, so I get this one.
Let's think it out.
Okay, so I refuse to look at chat. I refuse to get help. I'm a real man, and real men just play panic without any assistance, befuddled, confused, and angry at the world.
Real men don't read instructions.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That's my Tim Allen.
Yeah, Mrs. Jinsey, that's my fear right now, that we're playing Lights Out. That could be it. Alright, which one of these thousands of little things is the right
Please
one?
help me.
Better push that one again. We might be here a while.
I have no clue what to do here, Danny.
I'm guessing you need to just push the right one.
You don't say!
That's my tip. I think I quoted that from GamePro. You gotta push the right buttons. Try the one in the lower right. Oh, look at that.
I'm an intellectual.
Yes, you are. Alex figured out the unsolvable puzzle.
I'm also pretty scared that I'm watching TV. Alright.
You look pretty uncertain about this.
Renzo, what you got for me here?
Whoa.
Sucks. Sorry to the viewers. Alright, so don't press plus. What about minus?
Oh, you don't want to know what minus is.
Uh-oh.
Even the calendar? Oh.
Well, at least I was still alive.
Yeah, at least you didn't melt. Uh-huh. T for teen. Only teens can appreciate this.
That's true, though.
Only teens can appreciate a TV urinating on the wall. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of the stuff didn't need localization. They just brought it over. Doesn't matter if it didn't make sense. Nice ass statue.
I love the ass statue! Holy shit! Love. Love ass statue.
Oh my god! Alex, what have you done? In a review for EGM, the editors praised this game for its twisted sense of humor, and now I'm seeing what they mean. A gun came out of a butt and killed everyone. Now I'm afraid to even ask what this is.
Please don't kill me.
GamePro was wrong. 1 out of 5. My ass.
Hey, look, it's a Starlight vocal band or whatever. Starland
Wow,
vocal
Alex.
band.
Making a joke from the 70s.
I will.
I only know that band by its appearance on The Simpsons. And by appearance, I mean Homer said it once.
That statue. No! No!
Alright, Alex. Make the right choice here.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
You gotta push a button.
Oh man, I don't wanna. All
Yeah.
these buttons are gonna kill me.
Hey, good job.
I am so good at this. I'm not taking you to any of the body humor.
Yeah. Body humor, I see.
Not
In
just
addition-
trying to crash. I just want to see like the nasty stuff. Like
Well, in addition to humor, there's just straight up horrific stuff in this game, but you're skipping past all of it.
this isn't intentional. I'm the weird game whisperer. All right, I'm gonna click on Japan. Actually, can I click on America? Which one of these is America?
Click on whatever you want. The world is your oyster.
I see Africa, Europe, Australia. I think that's America. Let's click on America.
It looks like South America.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh, look what you did.
I was hungry. All right,
I
let's
think
try.
number 6 is America.
Oh, you're right.
It looks like Alaska up there.
Let's go to America, baby. Flat
See,
Earthers.
everyone
there.
watching this, you're lucky. You could be at GDC right now, being bored out of your skull, and instead you're watching this.
Listen, everybody at GDC watching this, watch me click on Europe. Y'all watching this?
All the Europeans are all like, "Woo, Europe!"
There I go.
Hey, Europe was the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, there's your dog friend for the
Oh
first
my god,
time.
my dog showed up. Okay, which one of these is 420?
That would be.
That's actually probably the closest to 420. It's like after 420.
That's like 440. That's
Yeah.
close enough.
It was the right one.
Man, you're good at this.
All right, here we go.
Now, I should note, not everything from the Japanese release made it into the American version. Apparently, there's one scene that was deleted where you push buttons on a cigarette vending machine. They couldn't make that work, apparently.
5.
There's also another scene with a Japanese typewriter that didn't make it to the US release.
Oh, I love Willy Beamish.
I don't like where this is going.
Run!
Run, kid. Get your dog out of there. Oh.
Okay, let's try 1. Because we're number 1.
I'm trying to imagine what actual Sega CD owners would have thought of this game back when it was first released. And I guess I don't really have to, because I don't imagine a lot of people played this. This is the kind of thing you don't really pick up off the store shelf and decide to buy. Especially not in 1994. Not for the Sega CD. At that point, retailers were more interested in dropping the price of these games. So if you were patient, you could get Double Switch for $10, Popful Mail for 20.
Uh-oh.
So it was a good time to be buying games if you were a Sega CD owner. But there was a lot of stuff on the shelves that either didn't get any promotion or you just had no idea what it was just by looking at it. And this is one of those games. Alright, where's this going? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Saturn, right. Jellyfish.
Dancing.
I don't know what that is.
Boobs.
It's probably boobs, knowing this game.
One of these has got to be the right one.
And even if you were in the
there we
mood
go.
to enjoy this kind of thing, I don't know if audiences would really enjoy this.
That's a hand job. This is a hand job. That man, I got to stop hanging around on this street corner.
Wow, are you fucking kidding me?
That was pretty amazing. That and just the tonal whiplash of everything in this game. It goes from horror to comedy to inappropriate comedy
That
to...
was...
Just push the button. It's certainly a unique game. You can't dispute that. There was
No,
nothing
he was
else
saying
like this.
hand job. He was saying hand job and standing on a street corner. Don't pretend it was a different time. It was meant to be horny.
I don't know what to expect from this game anymore. I'm honestly kind of scared now.
Cool. I'm gonna die. Gonna die with this flower.
Oh,
Oh.
and your magical ability to just teleport around.
I don't trust the smiles or the skulls, so I'm gonna press this.
Good. That's logic.
You know me, I only use logic and reason.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a bubble machine. Uh-oh. It's a poop.
Okay. Nice ass, again,
Uh-huh.
thank you.
You gotta have a
He
button
really
there.
likes the ass. Is that turd? No, it's another atomic bomb.
Just as a reminder, in case you'd forgotten. Wow, he has mixed opinions about what he just saw.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I would too.
Okay, whoever called me out for pressing the nipple button. Yes, that is what I press. Oh my god.
Oh, goodness. Aw.
Aw, poor guy. Let's try this nipple button.
I say push the skulls. I say
No.
go for it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's that damn genie again.
No, I don't like him either.
I do like the occasional scenes that reference other scenes. It really rewards you for going deep into this game. Fish. Oh, it's a delightful ocean scene. Look at all that stuff.
Please not another atomic bomb.
Got your octopus, you got your manbo, and a shark.
Ah. Oh, thank God.
The inscrutable reactions your character has to all this
All
stuff
right.
is
Pressing a skull.
one of the best
Screw it.
parts.
Ah, it was the right button.
Oh, good job.
That wasn't so hard, was it? You're making great progress.
Yeah, I this game...
Probably not sexual. It's probably fine.
Danny.
I don't know what the lines were originally in Japanese, but this is Data East translating this, so there's a little bit of artistic license involved, probably.
Some of these had to have been horny in the original. Come on.
They probably were.
Let's not pretend.
The meaning probably got across.
Uh-oh, I don't like this.
This looks fine.
No. Okay.
Wow. Twisted EGM. We got a request to turn the game volume up a little bit.
Okay. I pressed the wrong button there. There we go.
Alright, is our microphone still fine?
I think our microphone should be fine. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Start
I turned
pushing
it up
buttons.
a little bit. Okay, let's press a button.
I think I'm gonna give you 5 more minutes to beat the game before I do my speed run. I do want to get that in.
I love the...
You can't drive.
I like this guy crying in the window. The poor...
Look, no one's happy in that scene. Look at that.
I love all these colors. I like this one. There we go.
You're happy, though. God damn it, Alex. I wanted to see what would happen. Oh, something sick and twisted is gonna happen here. I just know it.
There's too many guns. The Washington Generals logo.
Yep. Always a good pick.
No. It's E621.
You made a good pick there. That was a good button to push. Well? Oh.
I fucked that up.
Oh, Alex. Oh, Alex.
You said gacho. I guess I have to give it to you.
Alex is now handing the controller over to me, knowing that there's no more to do in this game. Yeah, it turns out 30 of the switches in the game are mapped to different monuments around the world, and when you push them, you blow them up. And if you blow up all of them, that's it. Game over. Alex managed to find one. Good job. It's not really likely, considering just how many switches there are in this game. I just warped around. Alright, you give me a few minutes to work with here, so I'm just gonna start randomly pushing buttons.
Okay.
That's how we do. But if this game looks good to you, check it out. It's... oh boy. Oh boy. It is like nothing you've ever played before. Yes, I've seen Monty Python, thanks. I guess that was an influence for this game, pretty obviously.
Terry Gilliam was just a little influential of
just a little
experimental animators at the time. Oh my god, get out.
Dear God.
Get the fuck out of here,
We've gone
Danny.
too deep. We've gone way too deep into this game.
Oh, I feel it's Baby Mozart.
Oh yeah. 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 Oh yeah.
I know I should reset, but
You really should.
for many reasons. Alright, I'm going to push one more button in this next scene. Oh, look! Check it out!
Holy shit, it's the BIOS!
Cool!
Wait, is this the English version of the game or the Japanese version?
This is the English version of the
But
game.
it's the Japanese BIOS!
Uh-huh, they
just
didn't
not
change it. Nope.
Damn.
I was hoping to get a funny scene there, but we've been too good at this game. Well, since we're perfect at this game, I think now is a good time to do that speedrun. So as I mentioned before, you can beat this game in like 5 minutes. I gotta warn you, this is gonna be pretty boring. It's gonna consist of me warping from one place to another until the game suddenly ends. But we're gonna do something fun here. I've never actually seen the ending of this game. I watched the speedrun last night, and I stopped it right before the ending because I wanted to keep it a surprise for everyone. I wanted to experience it alongside everyone else. So let's do that.
Well, I'm getting dunked on for saying BIOS.
What's the right way to say it? BIOS?
BIOS, yes.
Okay.
In case, if you're new to this stream, I'm pretty aces at mispronouncing things. At one point, I mispronounced John Boyce's name so badly that I think someone asked John how to actually pronounce their name, and I've been kind of dunked on that eternally. Yep. And that's fair. That's fair.
That's what Alex does. Alright, so luckily this...
I see Shax is bringing it back up too. Yeah.
Luckily this route is pretty easy to follow because a lot of the instructions boil down to the switch in the upper right, or the switch in the lower right, or the switch on the left, or the switch on the right. Mm-hmm. And I've routed it out, and we're going to see 100% playthrough of this and you're gonna get to see the ending as soon as I do. I'm excited.
John Bios.
John Bios. Maker of all your favorite hardware.
You get me, Burton. As long as the intent is communicated, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Alright, so our route is upper right, lower right, lower right, lower left, left, upper right, lower right, and I'll continue after we get to that point. Alright, so upper right.
Thank you for proving me right, Dominic.
What has been proven?
Well, they pronounce BIOS the same as me, and their dad helped co-write the first computer science exam in the UK, so...
Bam! You got told. Alright, lower right, then... Yeah, you've seen these scenes before. You were on the speedrun path for a while.
Holy shit, how?
Lower right.
The opponent, that is actually why I will always mix up how I pronounce GIF. Sometimes GIF, sometimes GIF. I don't really care. It's a secret.
Alright, and here you push lower left. And then up... Oh wait, no. Lower left, left, upper right, lower right, upper right. Maybe I should have been more specific with this, but I think it works.
Listen, it's pronounced BWAS, okay? Not BIOS, not BIOS, but BWAS. I know this. I did research.
Alright, making pretty good time. We're about halfway through the game right now, if you can believe it. And we go upper right. Making pretty good time. Probably should have had a timer for this, but whatever. Wait a minute, is this the... This is the wrong switch. That was the wrong switch. That was really the wrong switch. Stop.
See,
No,
it started
stop.
progesterone.
No, stop it. Okay, shift in strategy. Shift in strategy, I'm going to bring up that speedrun and follow it in real time. So that doesn't happen again. Which one was it?
Transition goals. Sorry.
Okay, oh no, I got lost in my walkthrough. It's supposed to be down. I'm sorry, everyone.
You press the wrong button.
I pushed the real wrong button.
Oh yeah, I am absolutely broken. I'm sorry.
Lower right now? I think we're back on track.
I'm okay.
Oh,
okay.
man. Well...
Battlehork, I'm not okay.
I'm focusing on my speedrun. I can't see anything anyone's saying. I assume everyone's saying that I'm doing a great job and not to worry about the mistakes I made.
Battlehork said that the button caused a bubonic plague.
Oh my god.
There we go, I'm cool. Sorry, the testosterone makes my voice crack, and also pressing buttons that make you grow boob make my voice crack too. Beautiful!
That was pretty amazing. T for teen.
T for
teen.
I'm on T for testosterone.
I'm gonna go ahead and save here in case something happens again. Oh yeah, they give you a whole map to look through here. Is the route we're taking. Oh boy. Okay, I think it's lower left now. Unless I'm wrong and the screen suddenly fills with boobs again. And then lower right. Hey, you were here. This is right at the end of the game. Every day's an adventure with the Sega CD.
Ah, cool. You should get on that Sega MegaNet.
Funny you should say that.
I know.
We have quite the game coming up in the second half, if you're interested in the Sega MegaNet.
Pause!
There.
Aw. I don't like this. Oh, I guess that's where all the heads went from all those animals.
That makes sense.
Also, why did they keep in the whatever?
Alright. Our last few moves are right, right, left, up, down. And left, up, down, and we're done here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming to my recital.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, second to last scene in the game here. As curious as I am to see what kind of animations are in this one, we probably shouldn't. Oh, panic. And here we are. The central computing system.
We're in Cyber City.
We've reached it. Cyber City.
You
Now we
gotta
have to escape from it. Just notice the dog has a butthole. That's good. I would expect nothing less from this game.
That's so... Whoa.
Cool.
I love the cybernet.
And... time. We're done. That was an almost perfect speedrun.
Cyber when you got...
Only one mistake. And
Only
boy, what a
one
mistake it was.
Massive mistake.
Alright, I'm finally gonna get to see what the ending of this game is. Because as you saw, you can play it a lot. You can take a lot of different paths, and you'll never see the ending unless you do one very specific route. Oh, it's beautiful.
This game rules.
It does. I love this game. This game's trying to get me kicked off of Twitch, and yet I still love it. That's Panic, everyone. What you saw was about maybe 1% of all the gags in this game. There's a ton of them. The whole disc is filled up with all these bizarre animations. And if you like what you saw, get this game. I highly recommend playing it. There's no skill required. You can just push buttons, and you'll probably have a good laugh or two. Or be horrified.
Chuckle.
You'll be horrified and also laughing, but also sad and horrified, but happy.
That's too many emotions, Danny. I quit.
Okay. We did it. We saved the world.
That was wild. That was a trip, Danny.
What a trip that was. I cured the virus.
Please escape this game, lady.
Oh, good.
Please be normal.
The jukebox didn't grow boobs.
Oh, thank God.
I don't like the sound of that. Oh. Well, that's fine. No one was hurt.
Everyone come out and take a bow.
Yeah, come out, everyone. There's Slap and Stick and the Moon and a guy from a 20s cartoon and all the weird Salvador Dali clocks. Speaker guy.
That lady, Frankenstein. That lady, that skeleton.
Now, all these characters you see in these interstitials where they say something weird. And again, you didn't see even a fraction of what's available in this game. Kent Flick, Human Sound Machine.
Thank you, Kent.
Wow, what a game. So I beat it, but really there is no end to this game. You're never realistically going to see everything that's in this game. Though it does keep track, it gives you a percentage of the number of gags you've seen. So if you really want to 100% this game, it'll take you a long time. There's a lot of stuff in this game. But on the other hand, it's also the kind of game where you can play it and eventually reach a point where you feel like you're satisfied. Bring it out every few years, maybe stream it, horrify everyone who hasn't seen this game. It has a lot of uses. And though its use of gameplay is questionable in that there is no gameplay, it's still like nothing else, and the fact that it got a US release is amazing. Good on you, Data East.
I love this game.
What's your opinion, Alex?
I love this game.
I do too.
This game has its issues. The
toilet quintuplets.
Oh, I love them. My beautiful children. Beautiful toilet children.
So realistically, we could bring this out at any time and just push random buttons, see a completely different series of scenes, and yet be just as entertained. And that's kind of the magic of this game. You're never really done with it. You can decide that you've seen enough of it, but there's always more to see. That makes it intriguing and also a little bit scary. Because I still don't know the depths of what this game will do.
It's Crazy Frog and a little boner.
Hey, good. I just wish Sega made this a thing. Like, every few years they pump out this really bizarre button-pushing game. Just draw new animations. Make it like a thing. Make a Panic 2, a Panic 3. I'm glad I didn't see that guy. Or that guy.
There's a lot of really good independent animators out there. I bet you could do something like this, now.
Yeah.
Get like a weird animator and get a bunch of them and be like, alright, just make a bunch of weird things.
Actually, yeah. Make it like a collective sort of thing, where you just put together a bunch of people with different art styles. Just all kind of sharing the same vision, but different executions of it.
Kind of like those things where people will reanimate like a short or whatever. I think it was like a Mama Luigi reanimation, something like that. Yeah.
Or the RoboCop fan film.
Yeah. But with like Panic in the place.
Yeah. That's what I want to see in the future. A remake or a sequel or really anything.
Something. Yeah.
But to wrap things up, it's a goddamn miracle this came out here in the States, and I'm really glad it did. It is easily one of the best Sega CD games. Even though it has no gameplay, that's the contradiction at the core of Panic, and at the core of the Sega CD itself. It's a summary of all the things I love and hate about the Sega CD. With bonus inappropriate jokes. Can you ask for more?
Can you? I say no.
You're right. I can't. I won't. So we got an intermission coming up. What you got for us, Alex?
Well, what I have is very special thanks to Ray Barnhold, who uploaded and put into a playlist a series of Renzo... Oh, God.
Kinoshita.
There you go. Renzo Kinoshita's animation. One of them is the short Made in Japan, which is a short about basically American tourism and kind of Japan showing itself to the world. And then the other one is a series of shorts that are a lot like Panic. They're a series of shorts he did in a comedy show in the 1969 to 1970.
Oh, nice.
And one more thing before we go to intermission, I would like to thank everybody who hosted us. JP Ronnie, Gooba was here. Herbal Tea, BMF, Scarlet Swordfish, Fomina Video, Dark Tetsuya, Hulex, Fuzzy Proxy, Dog IRL, Dust Lucky, Robot Boombox, Okudo no Shock, Fami Consumer, Ray Barnhold, Magma Ram, Flying Jew, The Opponent, Drinking Games, Tonic BH,
Bitch. Go on. You were right at the end, too.
And Umbriella. Again, if you're new to the stream, I always make some bad pronunciation. It's great. Okay, time for intermission.
Time for some weird 60s and 70s psychedelic animations from the guy who brought you Panic.
See you.
When we come back, we'll be playing Game no Kanzume. Please look forward to it. We'll see you then.
See you, folks.
秋空にこだまする軽快なバインダのリズム。
赤ちゃんはちょっとの油断ですぐ。
喜びを束ねるヤンマーバインダ。
今日の関東地方は全般に晴れて風が弱い。
赤ちゃんのお薬、宇治救命丸。
8月31日木曜日。長い長いなんて思ってた。
おっちょこちょいのパパ、怖い怖いおばあちゃん、間抜けなお姉ちゃんたち。
ほら、出ます。
冗談冗談、とても綺麗なお母さん。
贈り物にチロリまんじゅうのチロリアン。
世界一流のダイヤ職人ベルギーのフェスティングベルグさん。彼の腕はビクトリア女王のダイヤを
見てね。
And we're back. And now you know where Panic came from. Yeah, I hadn't seen those. Those were new to me. Alex watched them earlier today, and Yeah, those were Panic gags, just in the form of psychedelic 60s and 70s animation. And decades in the future, they brought it to the Sega CD. The perfect fit, honestly. That's so bizarre that it was such a situation where you could bring together a comedy troupe, an animator, and Sega, and just make something wholly unique, and yet also like stuff that already existed. Panic is art, is what I'm saying. It's art.
It's genuinely art. And once again, thanks to Ray Barnhold for uploading those, and I'm gonna put the URL of the playlist of the stuff he uploaded just one more time in chat if you want to check out more of Renzo. Please tell me the name, I forgot again. Renzo Kiroshita, right?
Kiroshita, yeah.
Kiroshita, thank you. If you want to see more of their work.
Mr. Renzo.
Mr. Renzo.
Thank you for your work. Well, we've played enough non-games. It's time for games where you actually push the buttons and stuff happens. Well, that happened in Panic too, but it's in a more specific sense here. Let's play some Game no Kanzume. I'm gonna have to switch over to Mega CD mode for this one.
Ooh. Oh man, apparently, according to Electric Boogaloo, Game no Kanzume, both volumes came out 24 years ago this month on March 18th, 1994.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, games.
Always thank games for being born. IMHO.
Thanks, Sonic. Thanks for being gaming's daddy.
Danny!
Well, now that I've ruined everyone's mood for the night, let's play some Game no Kanzume.
Danny, what the heck is Game no Kanzume?
It's this!
There she is! Who is she?
I don't know, actually. Alex, why don't you overlay a helpful image? There it is. That's what this looks like. Game no Kanzume. Kanzume literally means tin can, so it's literally like a can full of games. That's how these games were sold, not in jewel cases. They're these little CD-sized cans. And what they are, across volumes 1 and 2, these are compilations of games that were previously available via the Sega MegaNet. You needed a modem for your Mega Drive. You'd dial up a certain number, and you could download mini-games and play them online.
Oh my god, games on the net!
So you might think of these as the very first compilations of digital games, as unlikely as that seems. Yeah, they were making digital games for the Sega Mega Drive way back when. You could pay like $8 a month to access the service, download a game one at a time, and you could play it on your Mega Drive without needing a cartridge. You could just download it over the phone lines. Amazing. Futuristic. Of course it never caught on, because the Mega Drive was incredibly unpopular in Japan. But just goes to show that Sega was ahead of the curve, even when nobody was watching.
The opponent asks if Sonic Eraser is part of these collections.
Sonic Eraser was a MegaNet game, but it's actually not included in these collections. I assume because Sega was embarrassed of it, as they should be. Alright, so Volume 1 here has Flicky. We know Flicky.
Hell yeah.
It also has Paddle Fighter, which appears to be some kind of air hockey.
Nice, I like air hockey.
Pyramid Magic, which we'll get to in due time. Hyper Marbles, which we'll also get to. And on each of these collections, there's a whole bunch of those Phantasy Star 2 text adventures. A few weeks ago, we played through this one, Shilka's Adventure.
Shilka's Adventure was good.
Where she broke into a building, stole a famous oil painting, and blamed a whole bunch of other people, and got away scot-free.
That game ruled. I just want to say, more games about thieves.
That was a fun one. If you're interested in seeing that, go ahead and dig through our archives. I should have highlighted that from a few weeks back. But, text-based games aside, let's go ahead and see what's on this disc. Let's start with the main star of the show, Flicky.
So, Danny, did Flicky not get a cartridge release in Japan?
It did not. It was only released to the Sega MegaNet. And weirdly, that version was later released on cartridge here in the States, because we did get Flicky on cart.
America was deemed good enough to get Flicky, I guess.
Yep, we needed Flicky. we had to make Flicky happen.
They saw the condition. They saw America in the 90s, and they're like, we have to give them Flicky. It's the only hope.
They were like, dude, Desert Storm's gonna start. They need Flicky.
Keep our eye.
That's 100% what they thought. Yeah. Oh, those guys, they got enough trouble with that Saddam Hussein. What they need right now is Flicky.
That's what America needed.
Now the thing is, these games aren't exactly the same versions that were released over Sega MegaNet. You'll notice here the soundtrack is quite better than what you'd get on a stock Mega Drive. It's using CD audio, as do a lot of the games here in this collection.
Okay, quick question. Did they use CD audio? Obviously they couldn't have used CD audio in the original MegaNet version.
No, the original was still just Genesis chip music. But when they brought it to this collection, I guess they decided to fancy them up a little bit. Not all the games have CD soundtracks, but some of them do. Including Flicky, which is an incredibly primitive-looking game and yet has an amazing soundtrack.
I was gonna say, this soundtrack's a real banger, as the kids say.
It may be better than what Flicky deserves, if I'm being real, but... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Cat caught me in the one frame before I reached the exit. Alright, if you're unfamiliar with Flicky, this is the game. You pick up all these birds, you lead them to the exit. You can either deliver them one at a time, or in groups, or just all of them at once, if you want a huge bonus. This game was pretty obscure as far as I know. I think it was popular in Japan, didn't really get much distribution here in the States, or at least I've never seen a cabinet. But Sega did eventually revisit the idea with Sonic 3D Blast, Flicky's Island, which, if you'll remember, is a game about collecting birds, and you're Sonic the Hedgehog. And if you've ever wondered why Sonic suddenly started collecting birds, well, it was supposed to be a Flicky game. As weird as that sounds.
All these cats are trying to kick your ass.
Yeah, these cats got my
Also,
number.
what's with that one Flicky with the cool sunglasses?
The cool sunglasses Flicky multiplies the score you get from subsequent Flickies by, it doubles it. So you want to get Sunglass Flicky as soon as possible.
They're very cool.
Oh, yeah. Also new to this version is high score saving. You can save your game on the backup Sega CD memory. Or rather, just your high scores.
I think Sunglasses Flicky is a SoundCloud rapper from Redlands.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
He makes a viral tweet every few weeks and he's all like, check out my SoundCloud.
God. Do you think they still steal their viral tweets or write them on their own?
I don't know.
We gotta ask Sunglasses Flicky, what are your metrics like?
They steal them from that Dory Twitter, who in turn stole them from everyone else, so really, who knows?
That Dory Twitter got shut down!
Yeah, good.
No, Sunglasses Flicky! Come back!
I lost 2 Sunglasses Flickies. Oh, my score's gonna suck now.
That sucks.
So yeah, pretty simple game, but it has a decent amount of depth to it. It's something you'll want to play for at least more than a few seconds, which makes it a good pick for a digital downloadable game. Way back in 1990 or 91 or whenever. Now they did want to release the MegaNet here in the States. They wanted to release that modem, where it was going to be called the Telegenesis modem. But unfortunately that never worked out. Yeah. Sega later revitalized that idea, though, that they started it up in Brazil, of all things, and they relaunched it as an email service for your Mega Drive.
Well, the Genesis eventually did get an online system as the thing, though, right?
Oh, true, yeah, Sega Channel.
Channel.
That would be it. Yeah, Sega, again, way ahead of the curve. They were anticipating a digital future, and they were attacking it in multiple directions, not just through phone lines, but through your dang Genesis itself. You could call up your cable company and be like, give me the Sega Channel, and if you were really lucky, your cable company would actually support it. Mine didn't, and I hate everyone who actually had the Sega Channel.
I think Daibijin in chat had the Sega Channel.
That sucks. God, I wanted that so bad. Yeah, Sega Channel, something that was at the end of the Genesis lifespan, but it had a whole big selection of games you could download through your cable line. Basically like this, but way more expansive.
Yeah, I guess the Dreamcast too was an early adapter of online.
It was, yeah. The Dreamcast had a modem built in when, at a time, that was seen as kind of ridiculous.
And frivolous, yeah.
Sega even had their own network, SegaNet, for a while. It's just kind of unreal to think that there was a digital games compilation in 1994. Like, wow. How many games could they have even released online? Turns out, a couple dozen. and some of which they weren't even ashamed of.
Scarlet Swordfish, that is an excellent system. Other than, obviously, an emulator, is there a way to connect a modern Genesis, to a modem?
The modems actually do still work, believe it or not. I've seen videos of people using the Genesis modem to call up, like, cell phones and stuff.
Oh my god.
The hardware still works, but the thing is there's no network to connect to, so you can't really use them for what they were originally intended for. I'm sucking at these bonus rounds. Sorry, birds. Cats are gonna eat good tonight. Haven't I played Flicky before on stream? When was that? And why?
I don't know, but we're always going back to Flicky.
We are. I don't hate Flicky. I actually kind of like it. It's decently fun. But I think at this point you've probably seen all there is to see. Oh, let me try for one last big score.
Can you do it? Try for this. No, 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 no!
No, I can't make the big
I
score.
can never get Sunglasses Flicky.
Okay, we get one more attempt here.
I just want Sunglasses Flicky. That's all I want.
It's all or nothing, baby. Either we all get saved or none of us get saved.
Okay, that's go, go, go.
Did it!
Nice
Yes!
score.
Thank you. Alright, it's time to kill off Flicky. It's a decent 13-round playthrough.
You know, I'm surprised that you actually even have a smartphone, Danny, and you don't just use the fucking Sega modem to call people.
Buddy, I would if I could. If there was any way to use my Sega Genesis in my everyday life, by all means, I would. Enter your name.
I will enter my name.
In honor of Panic.
Oh, it's a classic.
Hang on, this is gonna take a while. It'll be worth it. See, I'm gonna put B-U-T, and then I'm gonna put another T.
Oh, like,
Psych.
Oh, it's butts! Oh, Danny.
But a fully featured port of Flicky isn't all that's in this collection. There's a few more games. And there's even more games on the Volume 2, which we still have to get to. But for now, what do we got left? I think there was an air hockey game.
Yeah, there's an air hockey game.
Sega CD, you want to load? Maybe? Buddy? Friend?
Well, Danny.
The light's blinking, but nothing's happening. Hey, Sonic. You fucked up again.
Be nice to Sonic. He's got a busy weekend. I mean, week.
Does he?
Yeah, it's GDC.
What's he? Oh, yeah, it's GDC. Everyone's telling his secret origins at GDC right now, apparently.
He's sad. He's crying in a hotel room. Why would they reveal his secrets like that? He thought he could trust these developers, but no. I love her.
Can't even trust developers at the Game Developers Conference. All right, Paddle Fighter. Now, I should note these games were very small. If you look at them on a flash cart, they're all listed as being 256 kilobytes, which is a fraction of what's usually available to Genesis games.
Yeah, Gizmo. Sonic is going to be assault.
That is the coolest title screen.
That
for
is
an
way
air hockey
cooler
game.
than the game, probably.
Probably. Yeah, around this era, Genesis games were, well, the big ones were 8 megabits or 1 megabyte. Some of the smaller games were 4 megabits or half a megabyte. These games were all 2 megabits or 1 megabit in some cases, so very small. Obviously a necessity, since people would be downloading these over... What the...
Whoa! It's got Hooray! Nice!
Man versus horse. Who's going to win? Japanese David Bowie or Mr. Horseman? The horse wins. The horse wins. Well, like the other game, they did upgrade the soundtrack at least.
Okay, now this horse is yelling at you.
Yeah. I used the force. I'm really sucking at this. This is not a great air hockey simulation. I've played better.
No!
Beat him.
Not a fan of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is like a top-down shuffle puck cafe, but like...
This really pared back.
Yeah.
I appreciate that they added voices for the CD version. They didn't have to.
Fucking idiot horse. Sorry, I shouldn't be mean to the horse.
Yeah, be nice to horses.
Yeah, that's right.
They give us free rides.
They also, like, kick us in the face, so,
Yeah,
you know.
that's true. Well,
So it's kind of a... So,
kind of a wash.
Horses are a land of contrast.
That's what everyone says about horses. Alright, so what would be a very simple game over the Sega MegaNet suddenly has a rockin' CD soundtrack
God.
and also voices for all the characters. I just appreciate the effort involved in upgrading these games that have so little presentation quality to begin with.
God, I guess he does look like Joe Camel as well, like a Wall Street Joe Camel. Like
Wall
Joe
Street
Camel.
Joe Camel.
Joe Camel somehow sold out even more. Joe Camel works at Enron, baby.
Joe Camel has some stock to sell you.
I bet like Joe Camel is selling Bitcoin now.
Oh yeah, there is a Joe Camel cryptocurrency, I'm sure. Like how Atari is nothing but a cryptocurrency now.
No, they have a new thing.
They have the new console that's totally gonna replace the Xbox One, yeah.
I'm excited. Fine, I'm sick of my Xbox One. I'm excited for something to take its place.
Something I could play Yar's Revenge on.
Do you think that the new Atari is gonna have like really creepy facial recognition?
Oh my god, probably. It's probably gonna say hello every time you enter the room, like the Xbox One does. I am not a fan of this game, but it's there if you like it. It does have a 2-player mode, and I guess back in the day you could call a friend over and be like, hey, I'm gonna download a friend over the phone lines and you're gonna play it with me. You can act like you're from the future or something. So let's play Hyper Marbles.
Fuck is Hyper Marbles?
I don't know. Let's find out. Once again, way cool title screen.
Wow, that's cool. Also, yeah, I love downloading friends.
Yeah, download some friends from the internet. Mm-hmm. What's that Namco game that this is ripping off? Do you know?
Rocket League? I don't know.
Modos, this ancient-ass Namco arcade game. This is Modos. Sega ripped it off and put it on the MegaNet. It's a little bit different. I guess in Modos you bump people off an edge instead of into electricity. That's what makes this legally distinct and different. Otherwise, yeah, it's Modos. I also think these games are pretty interesting because they represent, I guess you could call them Sega indie games? Not in the sense that they're made by an independent team, but just that they have a budget and a time to develop the games that's equivalent to like what an indie team would have.
And it's like small focused scale.
Yeah, these games are all by people who were at Sega of Japan at the time. They were all working on big stuff for the Genesis. And yet, in between projects, I guess they just said, hey, spend a couple weeks making us a minigame, put out for the people on the Sega MegaNet. So that's kind of an interesting look at another side of Sega that we don't typically see. The kind of really rush job Sega. Because we've been covering a lot of games in recent weeks where, like, we come away thinking, wow, this is incredible, especially for the time. But Sega was also capable of being like, hey, here's a tiny budget, do what you can. If it ain't good, so what? Only the people on
Get it out the door.
Only like 20 people are going to play this anyway. And they're just going to be in it more for the novelty than anything. But I have played all these games, and some of them are actually pretty good. So it goes to show that still good games can come out of limitations like that, be it budget or the amount of time that you have to make these games. It's just another side of Sega we never got to see. It wasn't all Sonic, people. You had to come from somewhere. more. Bam, got him.
Danny.
This game's alright.
Okay, JP Ronnie says, explain why Sonic Eraser exists. Danny, go.
Sonic Eraser was yet another game that they had to crank out very quickly in between projects, and at that point, Sega probably knew that only a few people would play it, and if it had Sonic in it, that would excuse a lot of inconsistencies, let's say, regarding the gameplay. But yeah, as I said before, you can tell that Sega ain't especially proud of Sonic Eraser since it's not on any of these compilations. And the last game here is actually part of a series, Pyramid Magic. Now, if you look at the ROMs for which Meganet games have been dumped, there's at least 3 of these. I think this is like a serial game, like every few weeks they release a new chapter. You could play along. And it looks like this is a compilation of all those releases, so that's handy. So what they're essentially doing here is working within the framework of a very basic puzzler. And they just use that, and every few weeks they added a new level pack, and you could play that.
That sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, that's one way of doing things. I mean, it was Sega and no one else doing this, so they were kind of charting their own path here. Oh yeah, I've played this. Okay, so you can kick, jump, and also pick up boxes, eventually. Yeah, there we go.
Open the box.
I did it.
Oh, I got that mummy. Oh, look at you.
Oh,
you
I'm
did it.
happy. I'm perfectly happy and symmetrical. So yeah, you look at these, and these games are obviously economical in terms of graphics, amount of time to develop. I think I need to give this up. There we go. Yeah, there is a kill off your character button. So here's a unique mechanic. In order to flip under these things, you have to be already stooped over.
That's wild.
A little bit. Yeah, taken for what it is, this is actually fairly interesting for a puzzler.
Yeah.
Fairly involving. A lot of the levels are really difficult, so you'll spend a lot of time with this one. I think the original Meganet releases had passwords, so that's how you kept up with the series. Now, as for whether these games are worth playing nowadays, I can't really speak to that. Obviously, back then, the novelty of having games that you download was the main appeal.
And then, of course, having those games in a can. Very appealing.
And for the Sega CD, yeah, the appeal was having a game in a can. That's how you sell games, put them in a can.
Maybe that's what we should do. You know, everyone's like, game industry, it's in a rut. And everyone's like, well, maybe we should unionize. Instead of unionizing, what if we just put games in a can?
Yeah, just think simple.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need unions, we need capital and games in cans.
Put all the games in cans, make the games in the cans worth money and a currency, and then you got an industry, buddy.
Yeah, that's how you do business. For some reason, we're not allowed at GDC anymore. I don't know why.
They hate our pro-can agenda, and I say, I don't
I'm just
blame
saying,
you.
give it a try. The best things come in cans. Soda, pasta, pyramids. I'm not going to pretend like I know the solution to this puzzle. But yeah, in addition to those 4 games, well, 3 and also multiple chapters of Pyramid Magic, there are 4 text adventures on this disc. As far as I know, the ROMs of those have been dumped. You can play those separately. And even better, the ROM versions have been translated, so if you want to play them in English, you can play those. But I think it's time to move on to Volume 2 here. Alex, you do me a favor and let this cat out.
Sure. Hey, cat. Go. Be free.
Be free.
Leave. No, don't walk over to the corner.
The cat's
Get
now
out of
trying
here,
to
kitty.
escape, Alex.
Hmm?
It's trying to escape you.
Come on. Get. She's not getting. Hold on. Get out. She's going under the bed.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted. Well, fine.
I guess Tess is gonna just have to watch the rest of the show.
I guess so. She hates the show, too.
She hates Game no Kanzume. You'd think she'd like it because she likes anime and... Okay, so...
Oh, she's got a new outfit this time.
Ah, I love her!
Anyone know who she is? I assume she's some kind of mascot character, right?
I don't know. She looks...
Alright, so Volume 2. If you're gonna get one of these, get Volume 2, because it has way more games, including some of my personal favorites. Including this one.
Fatal Labyrinth!
No.
Sorry.
It's Shi no Make You.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Which was later upgraded and released in North America as Fatal Labyrinth.
Okay. This game's good, though.
The funny thing is, this is a Japanese game, but if you play it somehow with a US Genesis like we are now, it becomes the US version, Fatal Labyrinth.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Fatal Labyrinth with a CD soundtrack. If you've never played this game, this is maybe the earliest example of a console roguelike. I personally like it a lot. Some people
I love
hate
this
it.
game.
Honestly, I could see that if you hate it. It is pretty primitive. But I'm pretty into it. Talk to all these pessimistic villagers. A goblin stole a goblet. Ghouls invaded.
Oh, what's the name of the Game Gear sequel to this?
That would be Dragon Crystal.
I like that game too.
Where do you think you're going? No, don't even try it. So you're going to go regardless of the danger. Fine.
Man, Fatal Labyrinth with CD sound.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you played Fatal Labyrinth and it seemed really limited and simplistic, that's the reason. It was supposed to be a MegaNet download, and that's why it was so simple seeming. Wow, what a great starting position. Just have me be surrounded by enemies.
Yeah, you got screwed over.
I sure did. Here comes another one.
I can't believe this was a MegaNet game. It's so surprisingly involved.
It is, yeah, but they did a lot with the limited graphics here. Unfortunately, no music in-game. That's a kind of a deal breaker.
That is... Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Man. I think I have... Dragon Crystal is on... That's on Virtual Console for, like...
That's on 3DS.
Oh, man. That makes me want to charge up my 3DS and start playing.
Yeah. I got it for 3DS. It's really good.
Which I gotta do anyway, because Detective Pikachu's coming out, and it's all I'll talk about lately. I want to see that fat, depressed, chronic pain Pikachu. Well, I don't know if he's depressed. I just assume.
He's probably depressed.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's 2018. Who isn't?
Now, the thing about this is Fatal Labyrinth. This is straight up the Genesis game, just without background music, I guess. The original release, Shi no Make You, was apparently very different, like even more simplistic than Fatal Labyrinth. Like the text boxes didn't have backgrounds or stuff like that. It just looked super basic, like off of almost like a monochrome PC release or something. So in that sense, it's kind of a shame that they didn't preserve that version, because you can't get that anywhere as far as I know.
Oh man, I would love to see that.
Yeah, Fatal Labyrinth, only even more primitive somehow. But it goes like this. There's 30 levels of this, randomly generated dungeons. You have food, and you can overeat and kill yourself with food. I've done that a few times.
Also, if you eat too much, you become sluggish, if I recall.
And these magicians can put you to sleep.
And yeah, you collect gold, but the gold doesn't do anything, like you said, Gizmo. It just makes your grave nicer.
Yeah, it gives you a nicer gravestone at the end of the game, which is kind of morbid, but also pretty funny. Like, you really can't take it with you. The best you're gonna get is a massive headstone. Alright, you get it. Go play Fatal Labyrinth if you want. This is probably not the preferred version. I actually don't know if the original Shi no Make You was dumped and released as a ROM. I'm curious to find out. A lot of these games were eventually dumped off of Sega Mega Modems, the ones that existed. I'm pretty sure they got the whole set. There might be more games out there. I'm not the one to ask. So Putter Golf is another one of them. You like mini golf, Alex?
As long as Eugene Levy isn't there, I love mini golf.
Well, there's no Eugene Levy in sight, so let's golf away.
Eugene Levy, if you're watching this, I'm joking. Please come on our show.
Dude, freaking Dragon Quest Builders, which I've been playing lately, has one of the main characters is named Rollo.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I need to play Dragon Quest Builders. I hear that's good.
It's fun. Hole in one.
Damn, Danny.
I didn't even intend that. So I kind of like this game because it reminds me a little bit of an old Bally Senti arcade game called Mini Putt, or maybe it was Mini Golf. I used to play that all the time at the gas station near my house, and this scratches that itch a little bit. Again though, simple by necessity, both in terms of development time and the fact that it had to be released via modem. But still, for what they did, it ain't bad. It's a playable little golf game. Let's bounce it off all the walls. Let's be fancy. Yeah, real fancy.
Yeah, good idea. Hey, it moved a foot.
Thanks, Alex.
Hey, I gotta be snarky sometimes, too. I gotta be an edgelord. I don't care who I offend. Your golf is Tessuxors.
Wow, Tessuxors?
Bringing it back, baby.
Bringing back those net lingo things. Leave it in the past, is what I'm saying. People get owned now, Alex, not pwned.
Ah, you're right. Bring back poning.
Bring back caning. Whatever happened to that?
Danny!
But yeah, like with the other games, not much here. But way back when game cartridges cost 9,800 yen each, suddenly this doesn't seem so bad. You just pay 800 yen a month to get access to all these free games, which are mostly terrible, but they're involving enough. Yeah, this is just a segment of game culture that I'm totally unfamiliar with, being an online modem-using Mega Drive user in 1991 and 92. This game gives me some kind of insight into what that was like, but it's still pretty far removed.
Metal City, huh?
Yeah, Metal City. Welcome to Metal City, population me.
Duh! Just farted at me.
Yeah, that music was cool, and then the game just farted. Oh, we got poker, we got blackjack, and slots. Let's hit the slots.
You're betting medals. Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Alright, this follows the very popular patchy slot formula. You can stop the reels.
I know you love Patchy Slot. It's
oh,
your
I
favorite.
love Patchy Slot. I love researching it, learning about it. It's so not pointless. I love it.
Well, at least someone knows about Patchy Slot on the Retro Pals, because it's certainly not me.
Yeah.
Although
I'm alright. I'm betting all my money at the blackjack table.
All right.
Art imitates life in this case. 15, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hit me. I'll stand on 18.
Well, there goes all your money.
Well, there goes all my medals. Alright, one more chance. 19, that sounds good. Good. Alright, I'm gonna win it all back. Don't you worry, Alex.
Okay.
The casino doesn't own our house just yet. Now they do.
Well...
Now they do. Oh, we're just broken eggs.
Oh my god, what happened?
A lot happened over the last few minutes, Alex. We lost our house, lost our egg.
That was my nest egg. I was gonna retire with that. You just kicked it.
Alright, when we archive this episode, I demand that you put in a massive rim shot right there, because that's perfect. Your nest egg.
I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to see poker. This game,
No.
It does use a password, so there is a point to it. You can eventually get to a winnings quota, I guess, if you really wanted to do that.
Scrambled eggs all over my face. Thank you, Scarlet Swordfish.
Now, here's my personal pick. This is my favorite game in the collection.
What's this?
This is so indie, it hurts. This is 16
insane.
Tons by Sega. Look out, everybody. There's mummies, werewolves,
Waldo?
Waldo, a bunch of Waldos. Oh, glitching. 16 Tons.
Okay. How
I
do you
know.
play 16 tons? Ugh.
Well, this is our our preferred formula. It's a mascot platformer.
Oh, hey! Finally!
It's a game where you run around tossing 16-ton weights on people, and that is it. That is all you get.
That is pretty indie. I like that.
Yep. Super simple premise, and yet it's still pretty involving for what it is. What's the deal with that thing at the top? Oh yeah, when that thing at the top goes, a new wave of enemies spawns in. I did beat this a long time ago. This game does have an actual ending, believe it or not.
Are we going to eventually rank this?
Maybe? There are worse mascot platformers we played. I like how you can set weights and also bounce them off other weights, so you can set up your own little chain reactions. That's a neat little thing. But really, this follows the indie spirit in just being, like, really simple, and yet it has its own unique spin on it. It's got, like, a scoring system. If you crush multiple dudes at once, you get bigger scores. And despite its simplicity, there is a flow to it. There is progression, which is more than you can say for a lot of the games we've played in this collection so far. Overall, it reminds me a lot of Teddy Boy Blues, which you'll actually see more of in a second. This feels like it was designed almost in the same vein, just with less regard for the Genesis capabilities, because when you start throwing around these weights, eventually the game starts slowing down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's some lag going on.
This is one where the idea trumps the Genesis ability to actually pull it off, and I can actually kind of respect that. They pushed it a little bit beyond its limits.
Scarlet Swordfish says, wait, Waldo.
I see.
Can you see him? He's
There he
tossing
is.
weights at you.
He's just killing a bunch of dudes. Oh, I gotta destroy some of these weights. The game is just lagging like crazy now.
And when it lags, that lags your, there, I see that meter, that charging meter for your tons.
It also lags the meter, yeah. So a lot to consider here, just in traditional terms of the intended mechanics, but also in things that the developers didn't necessarily expect you to have to worry about, like sprite limitations. Clearly they weren't worried. They were all like, you know what? Let the player worry about this. And given that they probably had, what, a couple days to make this, you can't really blame them too much.
Blab. Blab says that this isn't Waldo, that's clearly Drop Dead Fred.
It is Drop Dead Fred.
Jesus Christ.
He came back from the 90s. And really, this game lives or dies by its level design, and having played through the whole thing, it stays surprisingly interesting throughout. The level designs are all varied. Even after several levels, it keeps introducing new mechanics, like those ice blocks you see there.
The skeleton flasher is so weird.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it seems very simple, but it really outpaces itself. It's better than you think. Give 16 Tons by Sega a chance, if you happen to have that chance. If anyone comes up to you and says, want to play some 16 Tons, you say, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright, we got a couple more games here. Let's finish things up here. Making good time.
Mm-hmm.
Following up on an excellent, perfect, error-free speedrun of Panic. Let's finish up the stream. I still can't believe that happened.
That was pretty funny.
Cool music.
This music rules. There's no way this game is going to be as good as this music.
Oh my god. Okay, I think I know what this is. Alright, it's asking me to put some skill points into a robot.
Are the robots gonna fight?
I get the feeling that they are, and if it's like other robot fighting games from the period, you may not have control over your character. There were a few games like that. Alright, I gave my robot a wide laser. Let's fight. Oh, no, you can control him. Alright, you do have control over your robot. That's more than I was expecting. There's a Famicom game by the name of Breeder that you should by no means ever play, because it's a game about building robots, and then you just watch them fight. You have no control over what happens. But this one at least gives you a customizable robot with a bunch of different weapons and sub-weapons. I should have improved my speed, because this guy's just matching me.
Yeah, this guy's kicking your ass, Danny.
Yeah, this is not going well. Let's make this a war of attrition. I ran out of bullets. I literally ran out of bullets.
You ran out of bullets!
What am I gonna do now? Apparently die. I don't think there's any other recourse here. Oh, now my robot's walking on broken glass.
Robot fucking died.
Sorry, robot. Well, you can try again if you want. Let's pump this all the way up. And pump the laser all the way up too.
Alright, let's see.
Then I'm gonna give him that wide laser again. Alright.
Alright, you can do it this time. Come on, let's go.
I'm way slow. That's fine. This dude's sniping me. You're my first opponent. Don't go hiding. You're supposed to just die and make me feel good about myself.
Exactly! Isn't that what video games are all about?
Yeah.
Your opponent just rolling over.
Oh. Against all odds, I think this is working.
You did it.
I did it. My brilliant tacticianship has led us to victory. Alright, that's Robot Battler. Again, very simple, but, you know, back in the day when you had nothing else, when you had no internet, when you only had games that you could download over your Telegenesis modem, maybe you might play it for 5 seconds. That's what I'm saying.
It's got a lot of good games.
Yeah, there's more than I thought. Let's play some Teddy Boy Blues.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so y'all know what this is. If you're cool, that is. This was originally a Sega arcade game that later came to the Master System. Never released on Genesis until this version was released, and then eventually I think they released a cartridge version of this.
So yeah, this game's based on a song, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played it during our pre-show. It was a Japanese pop song called Teddy Boy Blues. The arcade version actually had the lady who sung the song on the title screen, performing her song.
Oh yeah, I love that. And like with there's like her band behind her too.
Yeah.
It's good.
As far as I know, she's not in this game, which is unfortunate. But if you've played the other Teddy Boy Blueses, this plays like those. There's these monster spawning generators around the stage, and they spit out enemies. And when you shoot the enemies, they get small, and then you have to collect the small versions? That part kind of loses me. That's just weird, Sega. Why can't they just die?
Well, that's just Teddy Boy culture.
Fair. I don't know much about Teddy Boy culture.
Well, it's in the UK.
You get a big pompadour, and then you shrink people and collect them. That's Teddy Boy Blues.
It's kind of weird, but, you know, they're the originators of Micro and all that.
Ah, I see. Had to come from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I'm thinking of another game, or did Teddy Boy for the Master System had a dice?
Yeah, they were dice that the enemies came out of instead of alarm clocks. So they changed things around a little bit. You can think of this more as a remake or a remastering, if you prefer. So in addition to being the first digital games compilation, this also might be among the first remasterings. See, if only Sega had all their ideas at the right time instead of the totally wrong time, they wouldn't be in the shape they are in nowadays. Aww.
Look at them go to heaven.
You said that so derisively.
Well, I'm just saying.
Look at that boy living such a pure, good life that he goes to heaven. What an asshole.
I'm just saying you can't go. I read the Bible. You can't go your whole life turning people into very small toys and go to heaven. It's like in John.
John 12:11.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not turn people into miniatures and collect them.
John X6800.
The stream is quickly going off the rails, so
Yeah,
let's
let's
finish
move
things
on.
up here. Got a couple more games. Including at least one that'll be familiar to you Sega Master System fans. But before that, let's play the mysterious Awarg.
What the hell? What's a warg?
This is a game about a robot who's not very good at things.
Nice.
Does that help?
Yes. Oh, I love this. I like the way this looks.
I think... Oh, that's
This
such
music is great. Okay, hold on. This is great.
Oh, it's got the Yeah Woo sample.
Yeah, it does.
I think the way you spell this in English is like AWORG, if you want to look up this game.
Oh, this is so good. No, bring back that music. Okay, thank you.
Alright, how the hell do I play this thing? Alright, the A button does that. I see. Okay, yeah, I remember this now. This is pretty much a physics-based game where you flap around and collect stuff. But the twist is that it's really hard to do. There's a lot of physics and momentum involved, and you have to kill these enemies by using indirect blasts from your butt, I'm assuming.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's got a dash too. There we go. Alright, so C button makes you dash, and B button just makes you propel yourself in a direction. It kind of feels like an aerial Echo the Dolphin, if that makes sense, considering you can either speed up or dash. It's kind of like that. But it's not a traditional action game. The emphasis is really more on the unusual controls and coming to grips with them. In case you can't tell, I'm also real bad at it. This is not a game you'll master right away.
Oh, this looks hard.
Yeah, you're always going to be bouncing off of stuff. But as a counterpoint, yeah, woo.
Yeah. You like the music.
I don't like having to push away the enemies using an indirect attack. That just feels odd. And yet, I guess that's also kind of the point. So that's another way of doing things, I guess. Whereas 16 Tons had a very simple and easy to grasp formula, this is even more simplistic, yet the controls are as such that you're going to have to use a lot of practice. Use a lot of practice.
Just
use your practice and get good. But anything I say about this game, you can't deny the music.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm sorry, Danny. This looks kind of horseshit.
It's a little bit horseshit, but they put thought into it.
It's thoughtful horseshit, okay.
I can appreciate the fact that they made the controls intentionally obtuse. Whereas you won't get it like right away. It's kind of satisfying to master it, actually. But if you're not patient, you may just think of it as being horseshit.
That's fair, and you know me, I am absolutely not patient.
Yeah, you're uncultured. You're just...
I am normie non-gamer swine, I understand.
Normie non-gamer. No, that's your name now.
Normie non-gamer?
Your name is Normie non-gamer.
It's true.
Player out. Well, the great thing about these games is you get the idea almost immediately, and because of that, I can stop playing anytime I want. That's Awarg. It's better than you might give it credit for. Give it some time. And if you still hate it after a couple minutes, you probably aren't gonna like it.
You're probably Alex.
So let's move on with yet one more remake, and the last game we're gonna feature tonight. This is Doki Doki Penguin Land. Alex is excited.
I am.
This is another remake of an old Sega Master System game. And this one's pretty extensive. They added all new graphics, different level designs. This is really more of a sequel than anything. This might be a little loud.
Okay. Let's see if that's... There we go.
Now, this wasn't originally a Master System game. This either came out on the SG-1000 or the arcades first. I'm not really sure. If anyone can correct me, please do.
Alright, doing good.
But here's the basic formula. You just drop your egg downward, and you have a happy family life.
Hooray!
With your lady penguin. Did I eat the egg?
No, a flower came out of it when it cracked open.
Okay, that animation...
You did not eat your child.
The animation was a little ambiguous, and yeah, I'm glad I didn't eat the child.
Don't have it land on metal, because then... Too far, because you can crack, if I recall.
Yeah, if you drop it below that glowing line, that's when it cracks, but if you drop it in the house, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Alright, what's in this egg?
Also, man, the more I do PlayStation Year 1, the more I realize how many penguins there were in retro games.
Yeah, dude.
There's so many.
There's go to patreon.com/retropals. Give us $1, and I'll kill a penguin egg live on stream.
No!
What you can actually see is the new episode of PlayStation Year 0, featuring Twinbee Tyson Puzzle Dama, a game featuring a penguin. And it's by Konami, so it's not Pentaro, their usual penguin mascot. It's a different penguin mascot.
It's Penclaw!
They added in, they made a different penguin so it could star in its own game. That's how big penguins were way back when.
Don't forget about Antarctic Adventure, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then there's Penta from Yume Penguin Monogatari.
Mm-hmm.
He's a different penguin.
Just all the gaming penguins.
And these are just Konami games. Konami had something like 6 or 7 different penguin mascots it was working with at the same time. Penguins were big business, man. Oh, here we meet our nemesis, the polar bear. Polar bear will instantly crack your egg. He's not a nice guy.
What a dick. What'd you ever do to him?
Have a delicious egg that I was rolling around.
That's fair.
These are wild animals, Alex. Nature is cruel. Alright, gotta wait for this guy to turn his back.
And you gotta hoof it.
Whoa, 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 no! No, my egg! Don't punch my egg! I'm still alive somehow.
How did you do that?
I don't know. That was a miracle.
Oh my god.
It's a penguin miracle. I keep finding all these eggs, but all they got's in them is flowers.
Oh, wasn't there a Sega My Card version of this game?
There might have been? Like for the SG-1000?
Yeah, this did have a version on the SG-1000, so I want to say Penguin Land?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how do I get myself out of this one?
Can't get it.
Yes!
Oh my god! You smashed that like button or whatever.
Yep, I smashed that like button. That's what I did.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm screwed now.
You are. How do you...
Oh, I see. Some of the ones are marked egg and some are marked penguin.
Ah.
But can I get back up?
Ah, yeah. This SG-1000 version, I think, was a My Card. Thank you, Electric Blue Goo. Let's take a look.
It's pretty dicey territory here.
Okay, I see.
Can I break this block? I guess not. Oh, my egg!
Your baby!
Alright, one last attempt.
Okay, you can
Will
do it,
this
Danny.
penguin have a happy family life? There's a lot riding on this. Uh-oh.
That's okay, just push in the other direction. Oh my god. That was lucky, Danny.
That's skill.
Sorry, that was skill.
Don't even pretend.
I won't. I
am the best at Penguin Land. That's not true. But yeah, unlike the other games, aside from maybe Teddy Boy Blues, I'd say this one is maybe like the best remake out of all these, because it meaningfully expands on the formula. These first few levels are actually pretty easy. These are tutorial levels that, as far as I know, are exclusive to this version. And they do a good job of easing you into the game. Whereas the original game just kind of brutalizes you right from level 1. It just expects you to know how to play. So that's good. It's a penguin land where you won't get immediately frustrated.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Sega put some thought into this. Oh, you just can't break these at all, huh? Oh. Well, that's game over for our penguin friend. He will never have a family.
Oh, I didn't realize the GIF I just retweeted onto our thing had the animal asses in it. Well,
oh,
that's
good.
on our timeline now. I don't know if yeah, I'll leave it.
Animal asses all over our timeline. No, I'd say that's pretty much on brand.
Yeah, that's us.
Alright, so that's Game no Kanzume, a collection of odd remakes that nobody asked for, as well as original games that are very much not the same style as Sega's other games at the time. Very limited, very simplistic, and yet also kind of entertaining and alluring in their own way. It's a fascinating look at a Sega we don't get to see very often. A very rushed, non-caring Sega that doesn't really care about the quality of games it puts out. Just that you gotta put them out quick, put them out there, make people download them, and if they like it, good. If not, who cares? They probably put more thought into it than that, but yeah, it's an odd sort of business sense when you're working with digital when literally no one else is. And for that, I commend them. Sega, you were doing stuff that no one else did, and you got screwed for it time and time again. But what's left are some really interesting and fun games, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah. Go play Sega.
Go play Sega. Sega has games with heart. They're such a stupid company, though. So stupid. And on that great note, please get in touch, Sega, for future sponsorships.
Oh yes, Sega, we'd love to sponsor and take your money. Give us money, Sega, please.
On that note, I think we're done here. Thanks for watching. That's okay. That's a real world shot of my personal game can being blessed by my cat Tess.
Yeah, that's Tess, who she was the one who would not get when I asked her to leave.
I was taking some photos earlier today, and yeah, she just curled up next to him.
She's asleep on the Kleenex behind you.
Oh, she is. How cute.
Oh, we have to stop to pet her. Okay, so
Game no Kanzume, a favorite among cats, and a favorite among our patrons. Thank you all for voting for that. I've been trying to get this onto a stream so long, and I'm glad I finally got the chance to show these off. Yeah, weird Sega stuff that doesn't get a lot of press, probably for good reason, but now you know about these games, and you're better for it. Trust me, really, you are.
we've enriched your life tonight.
We're Retro Pals. We do this sort of thing every week. If you go to patreon.com/retropals, pitch in $5 a month, you can vote on our stream polls. This week people picked a good one. Next week, I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly didn't expect this to win. I expected Gamera 2000 to win. Maybe that'll get another shot. Stay tuned in the weeks ahead to see your next chance to vote for Gamera 2000 or other things up for vote.
We're gonna have other G votes.
Other G votes? Yeah, next week is the letter H. Stay tuned for all your favorite H games. Oh, wait a minute.
Danny!
That didn't come out right.
No!
Whatever we decide, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, God.
We'll be back on Friday with Mascot Friday. Alex, what do you think we should play this week?
You know, I think we should go back to the Genesis.
Hey, yeah, we got a ton of Mascot platformers.
And it does what Nintendo don't.
That's very true.
That's vital in these tough economic times.
In these tough economic times, you got to do what Nintendo don't. You got to follow your own path. You got to be your own Sega. Alright, so we'll be back on Friday at 8 p.m. with Mascots. We're going to rank some Sega Genesis mascot platformers. Also go to youtube.com/retropals. Next week we're going to put up a public version of our PlayStation Year Zero episode about Twinbee Tyson Puzzle Dama.
It's good.
It's well researched, it's excellent, it's funny, and I wrote it.
He did.
On the other hand, you can see it now if you go to our Patreon site and pitch in. There, it's up for view right now. You could be watching it right now.
You could see the Twinbee Tyson.
See one of the many penguins that Konami employed at the time before having them all executed last year.
Danny!
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Jesus!
We don't cover that. Yeah, Konami doesn't like that stuff to get around. We're pretty silly around here, and if you like silly stuff, go to twitter.com/retropalshq, where apparently our latest post is a bunch of animal asses, so if that's what you're into, oh, we're all about that.
We are. But that's where we post updates about when we're streaming. We post polls there as well, including the ones for Mascot Fridays and all that good stuff.
And fun facts about the games we cover, just giving you a little bit more insight into what we play. So watch that on Friday, and we'll be posting a poll about which Sega Genesis games we should rank. Who's on the chopping block this week? Is it, Izzy?
We need to finally teach that mascot a lesson.
We gotta take Izzy down a peg. All right, so everyone vote for Izzy, or just vote for your heart on Mascot Friday. Check out our Twitter for that. I'm done.
Yeah, we're done.
I've seen enough penguins and enough body horror for one night. What a stream this was.
Yeah.
If there's one thing to take away from tonight's stream, go play Panic. That is a damn good game.
It is.
And on that note, I'm gonna stop talking.
Same here. See ya, folks.
Y'all have a good night. We'll see you on Friday.
See ya.